So I wanted to jump on here. I just did a post on Facebook, so I figured I'd do one out here on YouTube. Um, as the title implies, it's finally nice out. I had some honeydews to do outside that I needed to get done, so those are done. Anyway, I'm sorry that I haven't been on YouTube a lot lately. Uh, about a month and a half ago, I was cleaning the laptop, and I didn't mean to do it, and I plugged in the battery, and I had missed the screw, and I forgot that I plugged the battery in. Lo and behold, the screw slipped and fried the motherboard. Actually, it fried a charging something on the board. So it wasn't going to charge through the battery, or it wasn't going to charge, period. The only We had it since 19, and it was just, I was hobbling along with it and trying to make it work. Lo and behold, I got a new setup. OBS is set up. Everything is set up. I just have not been able to do any. Kind of been in a kind of a depression kind of deal going on. For y'all that don't know, my brother Robert, we're having some tests run, and that may be playing into the fact of what's going on within this next year. Then my cousin, he's having some issues, and so y'all may not know my Aunt Ann's son, and so yeah, it's kind of one of those things. And so I've been really kind of trying to figure out what's next in 26. I was hoping that we'd have a pretty good year, which I think we still will. Where I'm going to do my best to get Robert back healthy again. But he's 3B kidney issues. So there's that. Stacy will be a freshman in the fall. Caden will be a junior. And so, yeah, it's, lo and behold, a new year, new things going on. I've been really wanting to do some things different, especially on the YouTube channel. Guys, I could rant about things going on, and I'm just not going to. I'm going to do me. If you like the stuff, you like the stuff. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. I'm working on a very personal kind of a journey. I got this idea because I've been watching a lot of people that have lost loved ones when they were younger, and I kind of fit that bill because dad was I was 4 when I lost my dad, and then so there's a lot of things that I have to say that I feel that I should say, and a lot of things that I have on my chest about my dad, and for that matter, my nanny and the family. It's not. I'm not gonna talk trash about them, but there's some things that I still don't understand, and I have a lot of questions. And there's if I've talked about my mom on here. Um, I wish I would have listened to her more. Uh, I just thought, and YouTube, don't be spitting out things. I'm not saying I'm a doctor by any means. Uh, but when you have a mother that's been diagnosed with, paranoid schizophrenia like my mom's was, uh, or delusional, I should have listened. I should have asked more questions, and I didn't know the questions to answer or ask. And I kind of wish I would have talked to my nanny about this stuff, or my Aunt Debbie. I tried to talk to my aunt about it, and she wouldn't talk about it, and which really, I wish she would have, because maybe I would have understood it more. But I'm working on a script for that, and it's probably going to be. I know I said I wasn't going to do any kind of editing and stuff, but I kind of need to, and I kind of want to learn it. And what I'm dealing with right now, I've had to kind of readjust it to things. It's just one of those things that I have to do. A lot of things that's going on in the world, whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna do. And guys, I could preach, I could do all that kind of stuff, but it's not worth it to me. It makes things so much more difficult when it really doesn't matter what people are gonna. It doesn't even matter what your neighbor is doing, really, as long as it doesn't affect you. And I've also reached out to my Uncle Medicine Horse. I'm going to do more within the tribal stuff, because that's where I need to be. I need to be reaching out more to the people that I call family, and that's you guys. I've met a couple of people through doing ancestry and stuff like that, and I've met everybody that I want to meet. And if they find people that want to come talk to me, hey, I'm good. I'm not searching for that answer anymore. But I'm hoping that things will. We all have those days, and we have those months, and we have those times. I've even started to question the people that I've looked to for answers. And like I'm not saying that I'm reconnecting with my faith because I'm with my old faith. I'm not. I want to be with people that are like-minded with me. When I was younger, guys, I had a lot of built-up anger and things that I know where it stems from. And I'm gonna bring this up because it's been kind of my thing. They talk about turning states different, blue or red, and I'm in Texas, and I feel sorry, guys. Weed behind me. If you can't hear me, uh, we really need to stop the whole us versus them mentality. Uh, and I've talked about Trump on some stuff. Uh, and if you're a Native American and you're supporting that, y'all need to look to who his person is. And Andrew Jackson is the president that he loves so much. And I've really been looking at the way he acted. And guys, it's been such a bumpy road the last 8, 9, 10 years. And we really need to stop. This stuff's got to end. We have to start treating each other with respect and listening to what people have to say. And people will live in their echo chambers. I do. Hey, 4 people. I'm glad 4 people are here. But like I said, I don't want to focus on that stuff. I want to focus on what we can do to help each other. And helping each other, sometimes we have to put aside our pride and actually listen to somebody and actually able to start a conversation with somebody. I want to talk about something that, and it's gonna be a couple of, it may be I may do it in my edited video of what I'm doing. Guys, I didn't realize how racist I was. And YouTube, don't ding me for using that stupid word, because that's what it is. I always prided myself in not being that way. And again, my nanny was, and I loved that woman, but I just, guess what? I was a product of it, and I didn't realize it. And you don't realize it until after the fact that you really sit back and you remember things that you've done in your past or things that you've supported in the past. And yeah, you don't realize it. And I never did realize it until I just never did. So there's that I'm going to be talking about later on this year. With my poems and stuff. The poems are so they come from my heart. But then I go to do the editing and things like that, and I feel like I could put more context with me doing stuff like this and me showing pictures, and I finally downloaded some software onto I'm going to call it the Beast, because that's what it is. It's a pretty gnarly setup, but I'm hoping to bring better quality and better understanding. Guys, I know a lot of y'all have been wanting me to do Steph's build of our lamp. I will be getting back to that. There's a lot of stuff that I don't want to bore you with. Like, I'm pretty sure you know how to put diamonds on on something. or rhinestones and stuff like that. Or I'll show you me putting it together, basically. But as a lot of y'all know, I love gnomes and anything mystical. I love. I've got a project that I've had a leprechaun crossing sign in my front yard ever since we moved here. I used to have it on a door in our apartment, but it was just cheap plastic thing. And I'm actually going to build one out of wood, and then I'm going to paint it and do that kind of stuff. Sorry guys, squirrel kind of moment. But I'm going to do some painting. I'm going to do some stuff with that, just because that one ripped apart during the storm. I'm going to do something really cool with that. And that project, I don't know. I know I'm going to build it out of wood, and I know I'm going to paint it, but I don't know where I'm going to put it, where I'm going to hang it, how I'm going to build it. So there's that situation. But guys, I also want to send out some love to the storm victims of this last storm. I also want to send out some love because of the people that's being impacted right now by all this bullshit is what it is. Guys, we shouldn't be treating each other like this in 2026. And I'm going to try to do better when it comes to expressing who I really am. Deep down inside, I love people. I love people. And and people call me a globalist, whatever. I am. And people say, we don't need to gatekeep anymore. Yes, there's always going to be somebody that's a bigot, and that's just not who I am. Hi, Janet. Davison, how's it going? But I'm just tired of worrying about what so many people get angry about, and it's kind of depressing when you really look down at it. It's depressing, and we're all somebody's mother, father, daughter, aunt, uncle. We're all somebody's loved ones. How would I feel? I can't help but think on, I live in a somewhat wealthy area, and I'm in a trailer house up on a hill. Everybody knows where I live. I grew up in this place. I grew up here. Everybody knows where I live. But what would happen if something really happened at our schools? I mean, our school is well guarded and things like that. would would how would I act if things happened at where my kids go to school? I've asked this question to my own family members. And I'm like, what if that would have been my son or daughter or your son or daughter? Would you have looked at it the same way? No. But anyway, that's to be continued on a later date because, like I said, that's just how I feel about things, and I really want to tackle how I feel about stuff. It's kind of messed up the way that we think that it's all about us or me or my family when we're all family. We are all somebody's mom, dad, aunt, uncle, sister, brother, daughter. We're all somebody's loved ones. And I think that we've gotten away from that, and we really need to get back to that. And like people say, love your neighbor. We really do. We do need to love each other more. And sometimes loving somebody is telling them how it feels and how, I mean, and you're not, I'm done trying to preach the choir. If you don't want to listen, then you don't want to listen. And I'm not going to change your mind. You have to change your mind. And, you know, I've had to realize that I need to change my mind on a lot of things too. You know, I worked in the hospital for, quite a few years. And I didn't realize how you don't realize it until you really see it. And it just kind of blows my mind, really. Thank you for doing, I guess you hyped. Yeah, you did. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. I appreciate the hype. But guys, it's one of those things, and I don't know how to express it a lot of the times because there's really not a right word to express it, and that's kind of odd to me too. I've also started to try to learn. There's some things in my life that I was always interested in learning, but I didn't know how to learn them. I'm kind of learning it with Stacy. With preparing for out of school, and what do you want to do when you grow up and stuff like that. I wish I would have known what I know now. But anyway, guys, I love y'all. Thank you for coming in and joining, hyping things, liking, sharing, doing that kind of stuff. It helps. That it does help, and I'm trying my best to put out what I can. And so there's a lot of things that I want to share within the next year or so, and hopefully we'll figure out some interesting stuff to talk about. I do want to ask, I want to do an email list, and I will post an email address um, that I would like for you, if you become, if you become a follower or subscriber of my channel and stuff like that. There is a email attached to my YouTube channel, but I have a couple of other email addresses that I want to have communication with all you guys that show up. And I've done some work on Patreon. I've done some. There's a lot of things that I've got to work on. And it's not going to be. I'm going to try to work on some things tonight and tomorrow. We have a big day Saturday doing some stuff. And hopefully, good God, I'm graying so fast. But there goes trouble. Sorry, y'all. I sit out here and I live by the main road, and I can watch everything that's going on. It's great. I'm surprised the train hasn't come by. It had to come by in a couple hours. Shut up. But guys, I want to thank you guys for sticking beside me. Life gets hectic sometimes. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. Like I said, I hope to see y'all some more this year. Oh, again, I'm not going to challenge myself to do a video a week this year. And that's part of the reason with my my poems. Because it gave me a chance to, do some stuff that I really wanted to get out there. But anyway, I hope to have a lot deeper conversations, a lot more. I'm going to try my best to bring some people on and just me listen and talk shop, whatever. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Take it easy. Have a good Friday. Have a good Saturday. Sunday it's supposed to be nice here too. We're supposed to be in some nice weather. Warm weather, but nice. So maybe I'll get back outside and do some live streams from outside. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Take care, and I will see y'all on the next one.